Do you ever struggle to find the right combination of colors for your miniature? Do you ever pick up a miniature, great looking miniature, but you have no idea what colors you're going to paint it? What colors work well together? Which colors don't work well together? You have an idea of the basic color you want to use on those miniatures, but what about those pouches and adornments and extra bits? What should you do with those guys to make them look really nice? Well, what if I told you there was a simple tool out there you can access, get really cheap? You can even find free ones to use online right now. And in fact, you've probably seen it in some of my videos. You've guessed it, it is the simple color wheel. This can unlock all your potential in matching colors. Follow the simple rules on here, and I'm certain we can find ways to improve your painting. There's a couple of little tricks that I like to use as well with this, and I'll tell you about that today while we have a look at the color wheel. Let's go top down. So here we are. Here's the color wheel. This is so old. You can see all the paint splats on there. This has been well loved, but this shows you all the colors of the rainbow, and in the middle here you'll see different shapes. Now, really basic complementary colors. Green and red are opposites of each other. We're going to spin it around here. If we look and turn it around, we can find that yellow is the opposite of violet. So we can use these techniques to get the yellow seems more yellow, the purple seems more purple. If you go to the red, not the red orange, the red and the green, the red will seem more red, the green will seem more green. Ever been to the butcher's and they put green, little plastic green bits around the edge, look like parsley? It makes the steak look redder. And you can use, here you go, like what's the opposite of violet? Is yellow. So again, if you want to do a violet, use yellow. I won't go for all the colors, but blue and orange, for example, are complementary. If you know your primary colors of blue, red, and yellow, the complementary of each primary will be the two combining to make a secondary color, orange there. Red is blue and yellow to green. That's really easy. You can probably remember that in your head, but I do like this wheel because it has another feature as well. It gives me split complementaries, split complementaries, if I can say it. So in this case, it's like a blue-green and a blue-violet together with an orange. So either side of that main color can be used. So when you're choosing a color scheme, you go, right, I want the main color to be red-violet. What colors can I use with that? So you can look and go like, well, I can use a green and a yellow together would be really good for the red-violet. Or you can go red-violet would go well with, this is a tertiary, three colors here. I say tertiary, but that's doing something entirely different. Red-violet, blue-green, and yellow-orange would work really good as a combination. Or you could have, if you wanted 4 colors, how about red-violet, blue-green, yellow-green, and red-orange? So when you're planning your color scheme, so you're going to do a successor chapter to the salamanders. Okay, so we're going to be green. What goes well with red? So you could do a green and red, a bit dark angels. But you could also do orange and red-violet, perhaps, or orange, violet, and green. Or if you want to go for 4 colors, move this round, we could have green, orange, red, and blue with that green. If you want to get really complicated, but use the wheel to help you select the colors. Now, here is another thing you can use it for. If I have a green and I add red, I'm going to get this color. If I have blue and I add yellow, I'm going to get green. Blue and blue gives you, surprise, surprise, blue. Blue, violet, and white gives you a lighter, and violet gives you a dark violet. So you can find the color you have, and you go, what would happen if I add red to yellow orange? It's going to be that color. It's going to go orange. That's pretty easy. I tend to use this side a lot more than this side. I think I just know instinctively. But yes, this is going to let you get lots of color combinations. Great. You can use it for shadows. Here's a fella. This is an elder. His name is Fugan, I believe. That's my handbag. I can see him a bit better. He's red. The shadows, as you see, I've actually used a dark green when I sprayed him. It just makes the reds look more red and the greens look darker, more shadowy. Shadows look more shadowy, with a bit more just richness to the colours. Makes it a bit more interesting to the eye and makes the colours look richer. It's hard to tell that it's actually green in there, but the reds definitely look redder. So you can use a complementary colour as a shadow on the model that you're painting. So on the scorpions, I'm going to show you in a bit, I actually did the opposite of this. I sprayed the shadows red and then did the highlights in green. And it just gives you a bit more of an interesting look. There's more richness, I think, to the colours than just coming up from just plain black. Also, spoilers for yes, for what I'm painting next. I've had to give him a different axe, as is the way with Fugan. His axe does seem to go missing, and the second-hand one that I picked up does not have an axe. So I've given him this axe, which is fine. It's just fine. I'm looking forward to painting him. I mean, it's pretty much done now. Hey, look, that's pretty good. Another thing you can do, so if you had a red model, I had painted a character, and he was stood. It was Acorn the squirrel for Blood Bowl. So he's on a base, and it's lots of guts and gore. There's paints a red squirrel, obviously, on top, and because he's on lots of guts and gore, it's all red, and red model on red. He blended in. So what I did was gave all the severed heads and blood and so on, all the guts and gore. I gave that a green wash, a very faint green wash, and it just dulled down that red just a little bit. And so then it actually made Acorn the squirrel on top pop. I'll have to see if I can find a picture of that guy and put it in for you guys to look at. Very the white rabbit from Monty Python, Acorn the squirrel there. But yes, a real simple way, I think, to just add a little extra to your model. So use the wheel to choose the scheme, but also remember about the interplay of those when you're doing the shadows as well. Trust me, that is green. That's a dark salamander green from Colourforge. Is it Colourforge is the paint I use? But yeah, I've also done it quite like Zenithial as well. Yeah, looking forward to painting this guy, but that's not happening this week. So let's have a look at the striking scorpions. So let's have a look at that in practice right now with the striking scorpions I painted last week. Let's have a look at the wooden conveyor belt, and here it comes. Our favourite. Here it is. I'll just see there. There's the Exarch in the middle. There they are. So I will take glamour shots. You should know by now. They'll be coming up at the end. Let's turn around. Ooh. There we go. You might be able to see on the back of this model, maybe not, the lighting. There's definitely a red. Let's actually just take him off gently. Oh, there we go. And pop the others down. If I hold them up here for you to see, hopefully, you can see that actually he's red on the back and green on the front. That shadow is working. I always struggle. I always struggle with airplanes coming to land at the most inopportune time. I'm not sure I can bother to ever edit this one out. I might just leave it in for lols. But there he is. There we go. It's my own fault for living on the flight path of a London, major London airport. There you go. Here's the Exarch, the lucky Exarch. So it turned out really well. I've got 10 of these guys now. I'll probably paint Fugan next. I've got them undercoated. It would seem rude not to. And something else maybe as well. Let's see what I get to do next week. I'm gonna pick for this next challenge. Yeah, we've got 2 weeks to go. As usual, I seem to be painting too quickly. So if you've liked this video, found it useful, please like and subscribe. That really helped me out. We're trying to hit 200 so I can paint the scary castle. But do stay on to the end here and watch some glamour shots of these striking scorpions. Thanks, everyone.